struggling. But what if I told you the middle class is not struggling anymore? It's disappearing. Not in the future, not someday. Right now, in 2026, millions of Americans are working harder than ever, earning more than their parents did, yet somehow living worse. This video is not motivation. It's not politics. And it's not fear-mongering. It's a reality check. If you live in the United States, or plan to build a future connected to the U.S. economy, you need to watch this carefully, because once you see what's really happening, you can't unsee it. Intro, channel identity, soft. Welcome to WealthioZyn. This channel is about understanding money the way the system never explains it, so you can protect yourself, your family, and your future. If you care about financial independence, long-term survival, and building leverage instead of stress, you're in the right place. Part 1. What the middle class used to be. For decades, the American middle class followed a simple formula. One job, one home, one income that could support a family. You worked hard. You saved a little. You retired with dignity. That was the promise. But that version of America no longer exists. Not because people stopped working, but because the rules changed. Quietly, Part 2. Why incomes went up, but life got harder. Here's something that confuses many people. Wages went up. Technology improved. Productivity increased. So why does life feel harder? Because prices didn't just rise. They repositioned. Housing didn't become more expensive by accident. Healthcare didn't explode randomly. Education didn't become unaffordable naturally. The economy adjusted to two incomes. Once two adults started working full-time, the system priced life around maximum effort. Now, one income, impossible. Two incomes, barely surviving. Any disruption or financial collapse. That's not growth. That's fragility. Part 3. The cost of survival in America. 2026 reality. Let's talk about numbers and not opinions. Housing. Rent and mortgages consume 30 to 50% of income. Healthcare. One emergency can erase years of savings. Childcare. In many states, it costs more than college tuition used to. Debt. Credit cards aren't for luxury anymore. They're for groceries and gas. This is not mismanagement. This is a structural squeeze. Part 4. Why the American dream feels fake now. The American dream promised freedom. But today, many Americans feel trapped. Trapped in jobs they hate. Trapped in cities they can't afford. Trapped in lifestyles they didn't consciously choose. And the most dangerous part? This stress has been normalized. Being tired is normal. Being anxious is normal. Living paycheck to paycheck is normal. But normal does not mean healthy. Part 5. Inflation didn't just raise prices, it changed behavior. Inflation isn't just economic. It's psychological. When prices rise faster than income, people do three things. They delay life. They increase debt. They accept less freedom. Over time, people stop planning long-term. They focus on survival. That's when wealth stops growing and control disappears. Part 6. The shrinking middle. Why there's no stability anymore. In 2026, America is no longer divided into poor, middle, and rich. It's divided into those with leverage and those without it. If your income depends entirely on your time, you're exposed. No matter how educated you are, no matter how hard you work. Part 7. Why the system doesn't teach this. Schools teach obedience. Jobs teach dependency. Debt teaches patience. No one teaches leverage. Because a leveraged population is hard to control, a busy population is easy. That's why financial education is rare, and confusion is common. Part 8. The new reality of wealth in America. Wealth in modern America does not come from working more hours, chasing promotions, or adding second and third jobs. It comes from skills that scale, assets that compound, ownership over labor, and time freedom. This is why some people grow richer in recessions, while others fall behind during good times. Part 9. Is the middle class gone forever? The middle class isn't dead, but it has changed form. Stability no longer comes from income level. It comes from control. Control over time. Control over skills. Control over income sources. Without that, no salary is safe. Part 10. What smart Americans are doing differently. They're not louder. They're not flashier. They're quieter. They reduce fixed expenses. They build digital skills. They think globally. They value time over status. They design life first, then money fits into it. Part 11, a warning and an opportunity. If you ignore this shift, life gets tighter. If you understand it early, you gain options. 2026 is not just a crisis year, it's a transition year. And transitions always reward awareness. The American middle class didn't fail. The system evolved, kind of without permission. But awareness creates power, and power creates choice. If this video helped you see money differently, subscribe to WealthioZyn, because the system won't explain this to you,